Have you ever walked into your home and felt a weight you couldn't name? Maybe it's a heaviness that settles on your shoulders the moment you step inside, a sense that something is quietly demanding your attention. Sometimes it's not just tiredness, it's the space itself. The rooms, the objects, the little piles and scattered things, they all seem to press in, adding to the fatigue you already carry. Every object we own speaks to us, even in silence. Our belongings have a language, a way of communicating that goes beyond words. A pile of books whispers, "Read me." They remind us of unfinished stories and knowledge waiting to be discovered. Unopened mail calls, "Attend to me." Each envelope is a silent nudge, a reminder of tasks left undone. These aren't loud demands, but constant quiet requests for our attention. They linger in the background, quietly shaping our mood and focus. They pull at our energy, creating a burden we barely notice. Over time, this invisible weight can become overwhelming, even if we don't realize it. Our homes should be sanctuaries, but when filled with these silent demands, they become another source of stress. Instead of comfort, we find ourselves surrounded by reminders of what we haven't done. A single cup left out, a jacket on a chair, shoes by the door. Each is a tiny thread pulling at our peace. These small things accumulate, weaving a web of distraction. We get used to this gentle pulling until it becomes background noise, a low-level stress we accept as normal. We stop noticing, but our minds never truly rest. Imagine each item as a tiny anchor. One is easy to lift, but a roomful holds us in place. The more we accumulate, the heavier we feel, even if we can't see the chains. We want to feel light, but we're tethered by these small, silent weights. They keep us from moving freely, from feeling truly at ease in our own space. The energy required to exist in such a space is immense. It's not just physical, it's emotional and mental too. We spend mental resources navigating and ignoring these things, promising to deal with them later. Each delay adds to the mental clutter, making it harder to relax. This constant negotiation is exhausting, leaving less room for creativity and joy. Our minds crave space, just as our rooms do. The things we own should support us, not drain us. When our environment is calm, we feel more capable and inspired. When we listen to this silent language, we understand its effect. We can choose what stays and what goes, shaping our space with intention. The goal isn't silence, but choosing which voices we want to hear. We can curate our surroundings to reflect what matters most. A harmonious home replenishes our energy, becoming a true refuge. It's a place where we can breathe deeply and feel restored. It's a quiet backdrop for living with intention and clarity, free from the weight of unspoken demands. In this space, we can finally hear ourselves think and truly feel at home. Our homes often become museums, not of treasured memories, but of all the possibilities we imagine for ourselves. Instead of celebrating our past, we fill our spaces with futures we're saving for someday. The dress for when we're a different size, waiting for a version of ourselves that may never arrive. Craft supplies for when we have more time, more energy, or more inspiration than we do today. Special dishes reserved for perfect guests, waiting for an occasion that never seems to come. Each item represents a version of ourselves we hope to become, or a life we imagine living. But as these somedays multiply, our present becomes crowded with the ghosts of potential futures, making it hard to move freely in our own space. What starts as hope can quietly turn into pressure, a subtle weight we carry every day. The dress becomes a judgment on our current body, a silent reminder of expectations unmet. The art supplies, a reminder of unused creativity and dreams we haven't found time to pursue. The fancy dinnerware, a monument to a social life we wish we had, but rarely experience. Our homes become storage units for lives we're not living, filled with objects that belong to imagined tomorrows. We end up caretakers for the belongings of a future self who may never exist, spending our energy on what-ifs instead of what is. This creates a disconnect. We can't settle into our own lives, surrounded by props for a different story, always waiting for the right moment to begin. Life is only ever lived in the now, in the spaces we actually inhabit, and the moments we truly experience. Letting go of someday items isn't giving up on dreams, it's making space for them to unfold naturally, without pressure or expectation. Our future selves will know what they need when the time comes, and we can trust ourselves to adapt and grow. By clearing out the clutter of someday, we honor who we are right now, and create room for joy and peace in our daily lives. We claim our space for the life we're living today, not the one we're endlessly preparing for or waiting to begin. Trust that you'll be resourceful enough when the moment is right, and that you already have what you need to live fully. Make room for the present, and let your home reflect the life you're living now. Choose to live in the now, and let go of the weight of someday. Clutter isn't just a mess, it's visual noise, a constant hum in the background of our daily lives that we often ignore. Imagine a room where every radio plays a different station, each one competing for your attention, none of them in harmony. You can't focus on any one song, and the noise quickly becomes overwhelming, making it impossible to enjoy any single moment. A cluttered room bombards our eyes with information, each object a piece of data our brain must process, even if we're not consciously aware of it. This constant stream of input is taxing, draining our mental energy, even if we don't notice it happening right away. Visual noise creates a persistent distraction, making it hard to concentrate or relax, and leaving us feeling unsettled in our own homes. Our minds are pulled in a dozen directions, never truly at rest, always searching for order in the chaos. Over time, this leads to anxiety, irritability, and mental fatigue, making it harder to find peace or joy in our surroundings. Our nervous system stays on alert, always scanning the environment for threats or unfinished tasks, never letting us fully unwind. We may feel overwhelmed or behind, without knowing why, as if we're constantly playing catch-up with our own lives. The chaos in our space seeps into our internal world, shaping our thoughts and emotions in subtle but powerful ways. Creating clear surfaces is like turning down the volume, giving our minds a much-needed break from constant stimulation. Calm spaces give our minds a place to rest, to recharge, and to simply be present in the moment. We can think more clearly, focus more deeply, and breathe more easily when our environment supports our well-being. The quietness of the space allows for a quietness in the mind, inviting a sense of peace that lingers long after the tidying is done. Clearing visual noise is an act of kindness to ourselves, a simple step toward a calmer, more centered life. Our external environment reflects our internal state. A cluttered home often mirrors a cluttered mind. Stress and overwhelm spill into our surroundings, and the mess reinforces our turmoil. During hard times, tidying feels impossible, so things pile up. Each mess becomes a monument to our struggle, turning our home into a source of stress. The cycle is hard to break. The more clutter, the more overwhelmed we feel. But addressing external clutter is a step toward internal healing. Sorting our space is therapeutic. It sends a message that order is possible. A clear space can help create a clear mind. The loop can work in our favor, starting a cycle of renewal. We often keep broken things, a chipped mug, a stained shirt, an old device. On the surface, it seems harmless, but these objects often symbolize deeper issues. They can represent parts of our past we're unwilling to let go of, even if they're painful. Each broken item is a physical anchor to negative memories. We tell ourselves we'll fix them, but they sit, radiating incompletion and sadness. Holding on to brokenness keeps us stuck in the past. By refusing to discard what's beyond repair, we refuse to move on from the memory it represents. Letting go of broken items is liberating, a conscious decision to release the past. Discarding them clears space in our hearts, not just our shelves. We choose to surround ourselves with things that are whole and beautiful. This simple act is a ritual of healing and renewal. Decluttering isn't just cleaning, it's about choosing what stays. Instead of focusing on what to discard, ask, does this spark joy? This shift turns decluttering into a mindful practice, a conversation with yourself. An object that sparks joy gives you a sense of rightness. By listening to this feeling, you strengthen your intuition. Each item you keep is a vote for the life you want. Your home becomes a curated collection of joy, not random accumulation. This deliberate choosing builds confidence. You are the authority in your own life. The skill extends beyond tidying. It shapes your relationships, career, and daily choices. Decluttering is a training ground for intentional living. It's not about deprivation, but about creating a life that's authentically yours. Choose what supports you. Let your space reflect your values. As clutter clears, the room feels different, lighter, fresher. Air and light move freely and the energy shifts. Our bodies relax, our breathing deepens, and the weight lifts. Moving through our home becomes effortless. This physical freedom brings mental and emotional freedom. With clutter gone, we notice the beauty we'd overlooked, the way sunlight falls, the grain of a table, the elegance of an empty corner. The space itself becomes a source of quiet joy. Empty space gives us back our attention and creates momentum. The energy once spent managing possessions is now free for creativity and connection. Clear space invites new experiences and dreams. By letting go of the unnecessary, we haven't created a void. We've created potential. Our lives can expand, new dreams can take root, and joy can flow in. The gift of empty space is possibility. Let the light in. In a world obsessed with more, embracing empty space is a quiet rebellion. An empty shelf or bare wall isn't lack, it's an invitation to breathe. These pockets of stillness give our eyes and minds a place to rest. Empty space is a luxury unrelated to wealth. It's the physical equivalent of a pause. It allows what we keep to truly shine. The emptiness provides context and contrast, letting beauty be seen. It's the space around the notes that creates the music. Freedom of space means freedom of movement and thought. We're not trapped by our belongings. We can move and change with ease. Embracing emptiness is an act of trust. We have enough and we are enough. It's a shift from scarcity to abundance, of peace, clarity, and freedom. Our homes become sanctuaries that nurture the soul. The most precious things in life aren't things at all. In your newly cleared space, breathe in the quiet and the lightness. This isn't just a tidy home, it's a reflection of a deep internal shift. You've honored your past, embraced your present, and made room for your future. Remember, you are not your possessions. Your worth isn't measured by what you own. The things you keep are companions, not definitions. Your true essence is found in your laughter, kindness, and dreams. Decluttering helps us see this truth. By releasing attachment to things, we connect with our true selves. May your space be a sanctuary for your spirit. Fill it with life, love, and laughter, not more things. You are the true treasure in your home.